Such a large amount of blood couldn't have been caused by just a broken arm.
This is a crime scene now. We'll call the CSI unit.
Seeing the situation escalate, Jeff immediately panicked, blaming the hospital. He also explained that he threw the stone because he was afraid the wild dog would attack his daughter, and that his child hadn't even been bleeding at the time. All of this was a trap set by the hospital to cover up a conspiracy.
Are you sure there was a dog? There was no dog. Was there, Ray? You were upset at your daughter? Angry at your wife? Angry at yourself? So you picked up a rock.
Jeff's mind was severely impacted, and in his despair, he was labeled a suspect and was about to be judged at the station. However, just as he was about to leave, he suddenly heard a bark from the pit. He looked in the direction of the sound and immediately recognized that it was the same dog from earlier. At that moment, Jeff's consciousness fully returned. He took advantage of the police's momentary lapse in attention and pulled out their weapon, then directly took Daisy as a hostage, demanding that everyone disarm immediately. Afterward, Jeff vented his anger on Daisy, claiming she was the one deliberately causing confusion. He also demanded she hand over her badge card and locked everyone in a container. Now, Jeff was fully convinced of his judgment and floored the accelerator. Racing back to the hospital, he used Daisy's badge card to open the gate. Then he proceeded deeper into the hospital, grabbing a medical work uniform to disguise himself. Without hesitation, he entered the elevator. However, when Jeff saw the floor panel, he suddenly realized that to reach the second basement floor, the door needed to be unlocked. Unprepared, he had no idea what to do and had to think of another plan. But just then, a familiar face appeared. Jeff cornered the security guard. The guard, seeing this, quickly raised his hands, offering to trade his life for Jeff's wife and daughter. As a sign of sincerity, he even prepared to give Jeff a key. With his advantage in size, Jeff knocked out the security guard and successfully reached the second basement floor. But as soon as he stepped outside, a blue bag caught his attention. It was moving inside. Jeff couldn't help but open it, but found it was just a cute toy, exactly the small gift his daughter had received earlier. This made him even more worried about his daughter's situation. But just then, two staff members walked out of a nearby room. Hiding in the shadows, Jeff observed and noticed that the cart they were pushing contained organ preservation boxes. At this point, everything was clear. This place wasn't as simple as it seemed. Soon, Jeff followed the route of the two staff members and found their room. However, the scene inside made Jeff's blood run cold. He saw two lifeless bodies, their organs completely gone. Jeff had a bad premonition in his heart, afraid his family had met the same gruesome fate. At this moment, a woman walked past with a cold storage box. Jeff immediately opened the door and followed her. He followed her all the way to the deepest room. Looking through the window, he saw three doctors performing an organ removal surgery.